The brightness of this day has given me the opportunity to bring you this video. Welcome back to my channel, Winging It with AC. My name is AC. Now, this is supposed to be like a sit down video, but right now, the way my evening routine has become set up, it's not going to work out for me to set everything up and sit down and talk to you guys. So I am in the middle of preparing Seram's dinner, and I just decided to start the video and say what I have to say. So today's video hopefully is going to be a very short one, but I wanted to talk about how we should try not to stifle our children's development, especially for the very little humans that are growing. And I don't know how to explain it, but I can only, I guess, use examples. So sometimes the tendency is to yell at them when they're doing something wrong or something that you feel like they shouldn't touch or be doing just because they'll make a mess. But the thing is that they say that children learn through playing, and sometimes when they are playing, yes, they will make a mess. Yes, they will make a mess, but it's part of their growth and it's part of their development, it's part of their learning. Now of course, I'm not saying if you see your child trying to get their finger into fire, don't stop them, or they found maybe like a laundry soap or something, like, you know, the dangerous ones, yes, you should. But something, like I said, I don't have example, like I can't explain it without giving the examples. I'm just going to give examples, and so that you better understand what I'm trying to communicate. Now, the other day, Seram finished eating, so Richie fed him a bit and then just gave the rest to him so that he feeds himself. And of course, when they're learning to feed themselves, it's a whole mess. So it was rice and something, so he had scattered the rice all over the chair. He was sitting in a big plastic chair, so all over the chair and then on the floor. So I turned and I was like, ugh, now I have to clean up everything. But then immediately after, like, I was like, okay, I'll deal with it when I'm done. But like a few seconds later, when he decided he was done, he got down and then he came to take this broom and dustpan. And ever since we bought this thing, which was like last year, he likes playing with this, and Richie doesn't like it, but sometimes I'm like, just let him. So he just came and took it. So I was about to yell at him that it's not going, like, where are you taking it to? And I was like, wait, let me watch him. So I watch him, and then he actually goes to like where he was sitting, and then he's basically attempting to sweep up the rice that he had scattered on the floor. I was like, okay, I know he's not going to go do a good job at it, but he's noticed, or he's realized that when I finish eating and I've made a mess, I realized that my parents sweep it up. So if there's a mess on the floor, you sweep it up. So I was like, okay, let me leave him to do that, so that he gets used to that, rather than saying stop and then he'll stop and then he'll go. Another example is sometimes I'll be there and he's done it several times. He'll just go and take a pack of wipes and then he'll pick up one, and then he will lift the dining hall, the tablecloth that is on the dining table, and then he'll clean the table. Then he'll go to the chest that the TV sits on, then he'll be cleaning it. And then the last time he was cleaning the wall, and I was like, sir, we don't clean walls here. But you get my drift. So when he was doing that initially, I wanted to stop him because I was like, boss, you are wasting the wipes. But it actually is a good thing, because then they are getting into the mode of cleaning. Another example is if you realize that I noticed very, very early on, and Richie noticed that, like, this was like, I don't know, he was walking, so a little after he turned one, if you're leaving the bathroom and Richie walks out to the bathroom, he's like, let's go. Whatever he's holding, he'll make sure he dumps everything into the bucket. So the pail, his toys that he was playing with, like, he has to go and make sure everything's in the bucket before he leaves to follow you. And I was like, okay, it seems like an organized little human being, so it's probably one of his traits, you know. But sometimes you're tempted, like, you're in a hurry. I think there were a few times when I'm in a hurry to do something, like, oh, person, you know, and then he's like, he wants to go and put something right where he took it from, and I'm tempted to say, oh, Jana, you know, but I'm like, okay, if I start doing that, then he will pick up the habit of not putting things back where he took them from. So I hope you get my drift. So stuff like that, so that you are encouraging certain behaviors and certain habits that you would want them to pick up later on in life. Because right now that he's trying to, sometimes when Richie is sweeping in the morning, he's also trying, if Richie is using the bigger broom, he goes to take the smaller broom, also trying to sweep. Just like it gets in Richie's way, because he's already gathered the rubbish and this boy will just come and scatter it, you know. And I was having a conversation with my auntie yesterday, and she was talking about the same thing. When I don't remember what he did something of the sort, you know. And so she was like, it's best to encourage them, so like if you're washing dishes, have them stand beside you and then do as if they're also washing dishes, so that when they grow up and you tell them to wash dishes, it's not something that is new, you're trying to get them to do it. So it's not child labor, but you are trying to encourage these behaviors in them. Now there's this one channel that I follow on here, Early Years Matters TV. I love her channel. She has very good content, educational content on child education, you know, like child education. Very good content, how to communicate with your child, how to play with them, like, you know, like really good content. So I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description box. Please go ahead and check out her channel for ways to engage your children and help them in studying exams and their development and all of those things. Very good content. So I hope that I made a lot of sense, you know. And this thing, whenever I think about these behaviors, I think about it in terms of marriage too, because I remember way back somebody made that analogy, like, don't start something that you can't sustain later on. And this one is basically linked to what I was talking about. So the person was saying that, like, when people get married fresh, especially the woman, it's like you have the idea that, oh, the woman must do the cooking, she must do the cleaning, she must do the washing, like everything. So when you get married fresh, you're trying to be oba gangalia, you cannot do everything. So then when the guy comes and says, oh, let me help you, your husband comes and says, oh, let me help you wash the dishes, even though I don't like using the word help, but, oh, let me wash the dishes. He's like, oh, no, it's okay, I'll do it. You are sleeping, oh, let me see, oh, no, it's okay, I'll do it. As you keep saying, no, I'll do it, no, I'll do it, after a while he will stop asking, and then you will be the one doing it, and then you will start complaining in the long term that he doesn't do this, I'm always doing everything. But when he was starting, but you forgot that when you were starting in the beginning, you know, you were saying, oh, it's okay, I'll do it, oh, it's okay, I'll do it, oh, it's okay, I'll do it. And now, so if you want them to get used to certain things, allow them. And it's also part of their development, and they are being curious and everything. So sometimes watch what they are doing. Sometimes they are mimicking positive behaviors that they've been watching you do, and you just haven't realized that, like, they actually are watching you do that, you know. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. Being observant and making sure that you don't stifle or stifle their development, the positive behaviors that you see in them, and to also encourage them and to applaud them when you see them do this or that. Like if they're going through something, I was so proud when I realized that now Sarah knows that if I don't want anything anymore, something anymore, I finish eating, I go and throw it in the bin. If it's a bone or something, the first time he did it, I was like, okay. Or he finishes drinking pure water, goes put it in the bin, you know. So they pick up their behaviors just by watching. You just don't realize it, so they start acting it out, you know. And one thing I picked up from Early Years Matters was that one of her videos is that when you are praising a child for something they've done, mention what it is that they've done. Don't just say, oh, you've done a good job, or good job, which is something I do all the time. Oh, good job, I say. But mention what they've done a good job at. So, oh, you've done a good job for putting the pure water rubber in the bin, or good job for sweeping, or good job for picking up your toys. Oh, now that I said picking up toys, okay, this is the last one. So just this evening, right, I entered the living room and scatterment, toys everywhere. This morning, Mr. Rosala didn't touch the living room. We didn't touch the living room, so the toys were everywhere. And I was just about to start picking up the toys. Sarah was about to go and bath, and I was like, no, she come and pick it up. So I called her, Sarah, what's the salt toys in the box? He has a box that he puts all his toys in one by one, and that one, so I realized I had to be patient, because now he now wants to play with this toy he's picked up and stuff like that, you know. So let them get used to pick it. He's not too early, he's not too young to be picking up after himself. So he gets used to the fact that I have to pick up after myself, pick up my toys when I'm done, so that this is not scattered and everything. So it's not child labor, but it is encouraging positive habits, so that they don't get used to you picking up after them. All right, so this is where I am going to end the video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.